New York lawmakers began revamping gun laws on Friday that would ban guns from a long list of sensitive places, including Times Square, after the US Supreme Court said the state's restrictive gun license rules were unconstitutional. The emergency legislative session began on Thursday, a week after the Supreme Court's conservative majority ruled for the first time that the US Constitution grants an individual right to carry weapons in public for self-defense. New York's Democratic leaders have lambasted the ruling, saying there will be more gun violence if there are more people carrying guns, while also conceding they must now loosen the state's permit scheme codified over a century ago. In the early hours of Friday, the state government released the text of a bill that included a list of proposed sensitive places. It included government buildings, medical facilities, places of worship, libraries, playgrounds, parks, zoos, schools, colleges, summer camps, addiction sports centers, homeless shelters, nursing homes, public transit including the New York City subway, places where alcohol or marijuana is consumed, museums, theaters, stadiums, and other venues, polling places, and Times Square. The Senate passed the Concealed Carry Improvement Bill 43-20 in a party line vote on Friday afternoon, after hours of debate in which Republican lawmakers said the new legislation was too onerous on New Yorkers trying to exercise a right to carry guns.
Leader Stuart Cousins to be recorded in the affirmative. Announce the results.
In relation to calendar number 1, those senators voted in the negative are Senators Akshar, Borrello, Boyle, Gallivan, Griffo, Helming, Jordan, Lanza, Martucci, Matera, Oberacker, O'Mara, Ort, Palumbo, Rath, Ritchie, Sereno, Steck, Tedisco, and White. Ayes 43, nays 20.
The bill is passed. Senator Kennedy, that completes the reading of the controversial calendar.
Thank you, Madam President. There's a concurrent resolution at the desk. Please read it in its entirety, and I move for its immediate adoption.
The Secretary will read.
Senate Resolution 2 by Senator Stuart Cousins, concurrent resolution of the Senate and Assembly relative to the adjournment of the extraordinary session of the legislature sine die.
The question is on the resolution. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The resolution is adopted. Senator Kennedy.
Thank you, Madam President. I move to adjourn the extraordinary session sine die.
The extraordinary session is adjourned sine die.
We have to address this scourge of gun violence, and for the United States Supreme Court to send down this decision to New York at this time when illegal guns have been flooding our streets and gun violence is at an all-time high is absolutely despicable. So I consider today to be a return favor to the United States Supreme Court for what they have attempted to do to New York State's concealed carry law. The Empire State strikes back today, Madam President, in making certain that our streets are safer, that illegal guns are removed, and that individuals who visit parts of Manhattan in my district, including Times Square, can do so with the assurance that they'll be safe. I vote aye.
The governor of the state of New York, before her primary, decided to look tough on crime and is anything but, and declared an extraordinary session, extraordinary, important, urgent, necessary. Dragged us up here, that's okay, it's our job. Dragged us up here, and when we got here, did not have a bill. Did not have a bill to give the legislature. I have a word for that, too. But I'll just say the people deserve better than that. The people deserve better than that. And I know there's going to be a bill signing, and the governor is going to tell the people of New York that all is well now. I've protected you. Protected you. Imagine this is the deceit that occurs here. I've protected you by taking away a little bit more of your freedom. I've protected you because I know better. I know better than you. I'm protecting you by making New York State less safe. That is the lie that the people of the state of New York are going to be told. Because when people are less safe, when people have less freedom, then everyone, all of us are in greater danger. This is a disgrace. See you in the courts. You all know this is unconstitutional. You all know this is just a ruse. This is just another attempt to say to the people of the state of New York, we don't trust you. Governor Hochul doesn't trust the people. They're not worthy to protect themselves. And they're not worthy of affording themselves of the rights that they are supposed to be guaranteed under the Constitution of the United States. Madam President, when it comes time to vote, I'll be voting in the negative.
The Assembly has yet to begin public debate on the bill, and lawmakers there said a vote may not be held before Saturday. The court ruled in New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Brown the New York officials had too much subjective discretion over which gun license applications could enjoy what it said was a constitutional right. Applicants were denied a concealed carry permit if they could not convince an official they had proper cause or some kind of special reason for carrying a handgun for self-defense. Reluctantly and not without protest, Governor Kathy Hochul agreed the state must remove the proper cause requirements. However, the proposed new licensing rules would now require applicants to undergo expanded firearms training and to provide social media accounts to government officials for review. It would also be a felony to carry a gun into private business premises unless the business posted a sign affirmatively saying concealed weapons were welcome.
We are creating a definitive list of sensitive locations where individuals will not be able to carry firearms. Common sense. Schools, summer camps, libraries, daycares, parks, and playgrounds, places children gather. Theaters, museums, entertainment venues, places of worship or with religious observation, polling places, educational institutions, and health and medical facilities. Federal, state, local government buildings, homeless and domestic violence shelters, places where alcohol is consumed, restaurants, bars, public transportation, subway, buses, airports, and at public demonstrations and rallies, and in Times Square. We are making no open carry the default position for private businesses. That means that any business, grocery store, retail, private home, place that wants to allow guns on their premises will have to demonstrate that and establish that they put a sign out there that says concealed carry guns are welcome here. The Supreme Court's decisions were certainly setbacks, but we view them as only temporary setbacks because I refuse, as I've said from day one, I refuse to surrender my right as governor to protect New Yorkers from gun violence or any other form of harm. We're not going backwards. They may think they can change our lives with the stroke of a pen, but we have pens too. I give out a lot of pens. And that draws from the office of the governor of the state of New York. And I intend to fully exercise those rights, working with our partners in the legislature to protect our freedoms and to keep New Yorkers safe.
The court also allowed that people could be banned from carrying their weapons in certain sensitive places, but warned lawmakers against applying the label too broadly. The court also made it easier for pro-gun groups to have a gun regulation overturned, ruling that a weapons regulation was likely unconstitutional if it was not similar to the sort of regulations around in the 18th century, when the Constitution's Second Amendment was ratified.